Are we together? There is a document called Homa Bay County Development Expenditure Pending Bills as at 31st May 2026, which would indicate that it is a current status, Honorable Chair.
Is that 8C or 8A?
I think I have found it at 8C.
Yeah, it's 8C.
Yes. So there will just be like 3 items that maybe you can address as well. I was picking out the high ticket issues. There is a pending bill of 24 million for construction of Homa Bay County Stadium. Is this the one that was renamed Raila Odinga Stadium? Yeah, so I thought that national government had told us that once the intervention was there, it's number 4 on that list. So just address us why there is still a pending bill of 24 million shillings for the stadium. Secondly, Honorable Chair, at number 9 there is an amount of 348,954,000. That is a pending bill for construction of 2-door pit latrine at Ngeri Beach in Kaksingri West Ward at number 9. Chair, if the pending bill is 348,954 on a construction of a 2-door pit latrine, what was the cost of this project, Honorable Chair, and does it make sense that latrines are that expensive to build in Homa Bay? That is item number 9 on that list. Number 9, are we there? And finally, Chair.
Oh yeah, there seems to be, I was struggling to follow, but I've seen it now. Because that's the number 9 on the second document.
Yes, Chair.
Because there are 2 documents. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yes, there's the one that is titled Development Expenditure Pending Bills as at 31st March, May 2026.
It comes after the summary of pending bills.
Yes.
Okay.
So the number 9 one, Governor, you'll explain to us why it's so expensive building toilets there. And then finally, there is the 3.588 million at number 19. This is the construction of main block at Gingo Health Center in Suba South, Kaksingri West Ward. Just tell us the status of that project, whether it was complete or whether it is not. That's all, Chair.
Yeah, can I add on Senator Sifuna on number 28 and 29? This one proposed completion of Governor's new office block of 7.9 million. I thought the office block was completed. And finally, number 29, Governor, you are proposing as construction of a gazebo at the new Governor's office of 2.8. And we know what gazebo is. Is it too cold in Homa Bay? You needed somewhere to light fire with waze.
Okay, so
Wajami.
Yeah, since you are having the second bite, make it brief. That's it. Governor.
Thank you, Chairman. I will pick some, and I will also ask the CC Finance to answer others. So, starting with the question asked by Senator Gerard Gay on the office block, I think it's the titling. This was the Governor's office block which we moved to, which was the health building. So we completed it, stayed there as they were building the county headquarters, and it was taken over by the health department because it was always the meant to be the health building. The gazebo is a structure outside where you can meet with your workers, the healthcare workers, and the others. Instead of having tents, it's a capacity of about 300 people. I think, Senator, you may have seen it.
I haven't seen it. I've never been to Homa Bay.
No,
the area, Senator, you should be specific.
There are more Chair and Senator of Homa Bay may have seen it.
Oh yeah, be specific because there are many senators here.
So, okay. And then coming to the question of Senator Sifuna on the 2-door pit latrine, the standard amount for the 2-door pit latrines is about 500,000 shillings. That's the cost of pitting it and building it. It's usually about $500,000 shillings. The cost is there about, and so.
So, Governor, for instance, if there's a pending bill of 486,359, like at number 65 there,
yeah,
it means you paid the contractor an initial amount of 20K.
So maybe we haven't paid them. It's an average cost of 500, but when you're contracting, you could contract at 4.8. 480, 460, depending on where you're building it, the soil structure there, and so on. Somebody could quote slightly less. So maybe that person has not been paid at all. Coming to the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay, the phase 1 of this stadium was completed by the county government of Homa Bay and opened in July of 2023. Any obligations under that phase 1 are under the county government of Homa Bay. The national government then came in to do the terraces around the stadium, because the first phase only had the main pavilion but did not have the terraces around the stadium. So the national government picked up the terracing, and that could be the confusion. But what we owe, the county government owes to the contractors who did the first phase of the stadium.
Now, if you look at just 1 minute.
Sorry?
Order members.
Yeah.
Is it on the same point?
On the same one, Chair, my concern is that the invoice date, if you look at the column on supplier or contractor invoice date, is indicated as 2019. Governor, we are in 2026.
Yeah,
that is over 7 years later. Is this amount payable, or is one of those that you've decided you're not going to pay?
No, the construction of the stadium took a bit of time, and we found when it had progressed, and then we picked it from there. We have made quite a bit of payments to the contractor, and we are at the very tail end of finalizing any pending bills around that stadium.
I think you'll need to tie it with the earlier question on how you are treating the debt over 3 years.
Correct.
Because your records indicate 148 million was 3 years older.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hope that you're going to give us that analysis, or your officers are going to give us that analysis.
Yes, I'm going to hand that question over to them. But before I hand it over, I'll go to the question that Senator Cherargei asked around the eligibility of the pending bills. I think, Chairman, when we last appeared, we had indicated that we had formed a pending bills verification committee, and it finalized its work and presented a report. Thank you.
So it means that the numbers that you reported of 1.52, those ones are legible. And those ones are you have made a commitment to pay
them. Yes.
Okay.
So, Chair, how much was ineligible, and are there any challenges to that declaration, because somebody cannot raise a pending bill? So out of this 1.5 that is legible, it would be better for people of Homa Bay to know that how much are ineligible. Okay. And what is the outcome of such process, so that, Chair, the county does not serve legal suits or being taken to court.
Yeah, I think, Chairman, I will ask for the exact figure to be presented. But we had a very open process, and when we finished the process, we called the contractors who had put in the bills. We gave them the report. We opened for appeal. The team went round. So it was a very open process, and we took a very, very competent set of teams. And when we came here, you also told us to take it again to the internal auditor because of the case in Kakamega. The internal auditor to again verify it, which the internal audit team did. So we had a very elaborate process around. The question is the payment of the bills more than actually the eligibility of it. I think there's general satisfaction around eligibility, even from the contractors. The bigger question is, can you pay us quicker? And that is the question the chair was asking around the bills that are more than 3 years old. So I want to ask the CC Finance.
Okay, CC.
To take up.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. in the current budget, the total value for pending bills is at 480 million. Senator sought that in trying to clear.
That's a budget.
Yeah,
that's a budget provision.
Yeah, that's the budgetary provision that we have now. Chair, if we go to Appendix 8A, it gives us now historically where we are coming from, and also the financial years that are affected for both recurrent and development. When we got into office in 2022, Chair, both historical pending bills and current then stood at 1.9 billion, of which during the assumption of office, what was handed over was about 740 million, but the bulk of it then came through the pending bills verification task force, which was way over 2 billion, around 2.21, but what was then considered eligible as total to 1.9. Chair, in the financial year then 2023-2024, that figure was reduced substantially to 1.192 billion. Then now in the year 2024-2025, there are those that were verified by the pending bills task force, but they said due to time constraints, we had to use our internal audit department to further confirm and liaise with the Office of the Auditor General to confirm that those are also eligible, because they didn't visit the actual sites of where these works were done. So that figure then made a jump when we went to the financial year 2024-2025 that took us to the 1.5 billion that is in question today. However, Chair, as at 31st of May 2026, the county government has made substantial progress on our pending bills and has reduced it to the current figure of 811,313, which we are further making attempt to reduce by allocating 480 million.
So in that 700 million reduction, because you have reduced it by 700 million from,
Yes,
from 1.5 to 811.
Yes, Chair.
How much of that debt is still older than 3 years?
Chair.
The reason I keep asking this is, you see, 3-4 years ago, there was a different government. And you don't want to create an impression that bills from the old government are not being paid. Because as you have explained, whatever you have here is verified. And as we also said when you're here, that the Senate has got no power to tell you pay this bill and not that other one. It's your internal processes. So out of this 148 million that you had reported as older than 3 years, you have paid 700 million since the last audit. How much has that figure moved over 3 years?
Chair, we gave priority to historical pending bills, and there are just a few historical pending bills that are outstanding, Chair, in my estimation, but I will be able to provide the data.
Can you provide
from my team.
A ballpark figure? Just to get...
About 55 million of the historical pending bills could be outstanding now. Reason?
It's better to get the actual figure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chairman, allow us to get the actual.
The actual. Yeah, and as you get that, I wanted to find out how much of that relates to statutory contributions, gratuities, staff payables. Do you have any such outstanding?
Yeah, Chair, we will be able to provide the data shortly as the meeting progresses.
Senator Sifuna?
No, Chair, the amount of pride I have seen Homa Bay taking in this stadium, and the fact that it is named after my former boss, I think it's very unfair to have a pending bill from 2019, which essentially, Governor, would be attributable to phase 1 of that stadium, right? So I'm hoping that in the budget, what you have set aside, when next you appear here, we will not have pending bills. I don't want that contractor to be crying in Raila's name.
It does not even have to be. It does not even have to be the next meeting, yes, because the officer said he's getting the exact details of the 55 million.
Yes.
Yeah. So once he gets that, we can be clear and give specific directions.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it is part of that 700 million.
Chair, maybe, Governor, we were in that stadium during the Revolution Conference. So you say terraces was done as canopy also being done for the entire stadium or only at the pavilion?
So sorry.